Sponsored by
PhD MPhil किसी भी विषय में डिप्लोमा के अनेक अवसर है RKDF यूनिवर्सिटी में admissions open.
While pro-Hamas protests show no signs of abating in the United States, the demonstrations have made their way to the universities in Canada as well, where groups have erected encampments across some of Canada's largest universities, openly threatening the Canadian authorities to break ties with Israel or bear the consequences. Meanwhile, given the number of arrests made by the US police so far, the total has mounted to 2,000 across 35 US campuses, where shockingly 40% of the detained protesters are non-students. The US is currently witnessing a massive crackdown owing to the student protest that is entering the third week, with police forcibly removing scores of defiant protesters, including taking down encampments at UCLA University. Meanwhile, a day after Mayor Eric Adams expressed concerns over outside agitators influencing the crowd, the shocking report disclosed that 40% of protesters were not even campus students.
And I know that there are those who are attempting to say, well, the majority of people may have been students. You don't have to be the majority to influence and co-op an operation. That is what this is about. And so if we want to play the word police, you could do so. I want to play the New York City police, where we're going to protect our city from those who are attempting to do what is happening globally. There is a movement to radicalize young people, and I'm not going to wait until it's done and all of a sudden acknowledge the existence of it. This is a global problem that young people are being influenced by those who are professionals at radicalizing our children, and I'm not going to allow that to happen as the mayor of the city of New York.
Addressing the same concern, US President Joe Biden tried to justify the recent arrests in the ongoing protests and clarify that violent protests are against the law and thus will not be protected. The United States' big action on its students brings out the irony that the states, which routinely urges nations like India to tolerate peaceful protest, is now not only cracking down on the protesters but is also justifying the arrests. Meanwhile, influenced by the US, Canada's Montreal's McGill University students have erected encampments on the university campus, an action condemned by Quebec Premier Francois Legault, who requested the Canadian police immediate intervention. In what can be considered as an open threat by these organizers of the demonstrations, it states that the encampments will not be removed until the university discloses its investments and ends partnership with Israeli academic institutions. Nonetheless, law enforcement officials have not intervened as of now, stating that they were closely monitoring the situation. Encampments were also put up at the University of Toronto, the University of British Columbia, and the University of Ottawa.